Chapter 4. The Speed Round. There are two parts to the $20,000 pyramid. Mom calls the first part the speed round because it's all about speed. Contestants try to make their celebrity partners guess 7 common words by giving clues. So if the first word is fork, a contestant might say, "You use this to put in food in your mouth, not a spoon, but a..." And if he has a brain, which Mom says he might not, the celebrity partner will say, "Fork." And then there'll be a ding, and then the next word will show up on a little hidden screen. Each team gets 30 seconds for 7 words. Then the little screen swivels around, and it's the celebrity's turn to give the clues, and the contestant's turn to guess. Another 7 words, another 30 seconds. Then the screens swivel back, and the contestants give the clues again. There are a possible 21 points in the speed round, and a perfect score earns a cash bonus of $2,100. But the most important thing is just to beat the other team, because the team that wins the speed round goes to the winner's circle, and the winner's circle is where the big money is. There isn't a lot of time for practice tonight because it's tenant meeting night. Once a month, the neighbors sit in our living room and complain while Mom takes notes in shorthand. Most people don't bother to come. It's always the old folks who don't get asked to go many places and are mad that there isn't more heat. Sal's mom, Louisa, works in a nursing home, and she says old people can never get enough heat. After the meetings, during which Mr. Nunzi usually burns a new hole in our couch with his cigarette, Mom always writes a letter to the landlord and sends a copy to some city agency that's supposed to care whether or not we have hot water, or if the lobby door locks, and that the elevator keeps getting stuck between floors, but nothing ever changes. Our doorbell is going to start ringing any minute. Mom is running through a few speed rounds with Richard while I make lemonade from frozen concentrate and open the Oreos. Louisa knocks her regular knock, and I answer the door with a plate of cookies. She takes an Oreo and sighs. She's wearing jeans with her white nurse shoes, which she kicks off by the door. She hates these meetings, but comes out of loyalty to Mom. And somebody has to watch Mr. Nunzi's cigarette to make sure he doesn't accidentally set our apartment on fire. "Lemonade?" I ask. I refuse to play waitress during Mom's get-togethers, but I'll pour Louisa a drink anytime. "Oh, lemonade sounds lovely." She follows me to the kitchen. And just as I put the glass in her hand, the doorbell buzzes for about a minute straight. Why do they have to hold the button down forever? Old people, Louisa says as if she can read my mind. They're so used to being ignored. She grabs 2 more cookies and then goes to answer the door. Mom cried the first time she saw our apartment. The whole place was filthy, she said. The wood floors were practically black. The windows were caked with dirt, and the walls were smeared with something she didn't even want to think about, always in those same words. And I was there that day, in a little bucket seat baby carrier. It was cold out, and she had a new coat on. There were no hangers in the closet, and she didn't want to put the coat down on the dirty floor or drape it over one of the peeling, hissing radiators, so she carried it while she went from room to room, telling herself it wasn't so awful. At this point in the story, I used to try to think of some place she could have put her coat if only she'd thought of it. "Why didn't you drape it over the rod in the hall closet?" I'd ask. "Dusty," she'd say. "On the windowsill in the kitchen?" "Dusty." "What about the top of the bedroom door?" "Couldn't reach," she said, and dusty. What Mom did that day almost 12 years ago was put her coat back on, pick up my bucket seat, and walk to a store where she bought a mop, some soap, garbage bags, a roll of sticky shelf paper, sponges, a bottle of window spray, and paper towels. Back home, she dumped everything out on the floor, and then she folded her coat and slid it into the empty bag from the store. She hung it back on a doorknob and cleaned the apartment all afternoon. I knew enough, she said, to snuggle down in my bucket seat and take a very long nap. She met Louisa, who didn't have a husband either, in the lobby that first day. They were both taking garbage to the big cans out front. Louisa was holding Sal. Sal had been crying, but when he saw me, he stopped. I know all this because I used to ask to hear the story over and over. The story of the day I met Sal.